Let's see. All right. I think we are broadcasting live. All systems seem a go. Let me take off the echo cancellation for our good friend John there. And let's go live on the Instagram. Boom. What is happening, everybody? Happy Tuesday. I know it's been a while, but we are back. It's Watch Talk Live. I am CQ the Watch Guy, your Watch Guy, with my good pal here, Jay the retired Watch Guy. How you doing? How's this
All right.
Tuesday treating you?
I'm all right. How about yourself, man?
Doing good, man. I was in paradise for the weekend, man. I was home, sweet home, just enjoying the beach. So definitely, I'm sorry we didn't get some streams out, but had to check in with some fam and just you know, enjoy the beach. To be honest with you, I wanted to stream, but then the beach was there, and I'll make it up to your promise. What is going on, Se? First, what's happening, Thomas Burnett? Good to see some old friends back in the chat. The boys are back. That's right. Let's get the show started. If you need truly independent watch advice, you just need a friend who loves watches, who truly has your back, you should check out this guy on the screen. Visit cqthewatchguy.com. I give truly independent watch advice, and I help people all around the world curate their dream watch collections. Let's start the show. What is happening, Watch Fam? I missed you guys. What's going on, Diraj? I was about to text you, so I'm glad you got the alert. Good afternoon, Goldfinger. Oh man, Goldfinger, I was by the beach all weekend, brother. I was thinking about you, man. I'm envious of, when you're young on an island, all you want to do is leave that island, right? And as you get old, it's like, what? Why don't I just want to sit down on the beach, work from home, I could have just become like an insurance salesman or something. Anyway, so today we're doing Watch Talk Live. We're just gonna go over a lot of the new watch news, a lot of new watch releases that came out. And anybody in the chat, please drop what you guys want us to talk about. I'm wearing a Tissot PRX green dial today if you want to do a wrist check. And let's get the party started. What's up, Tan? Bonjour. Or should I say bonjour?
Why the
I really,
bonjour? Why
because
do you assume that he speaks French?
Well, because he's based in France, so I know he knows at least bonjour. When I was in Dubai, I know salam, mahraba, the simple things,
Touche. Touche.
So I assume that Tan, I assume that if I go to visit Tan, there's a couple things that's gonna happen. One, we're gonna find some really dope watch spots. Two, he's gonna like indulge my fat side and show me like a great French bakery where I can just get like a beautiful dessert that I'll always tell people about when I'm old. And three, I don't know. Something about Tan tells me we just have an amazing time in a unique way that I'm not thinking about right now. So I'm excited to visit Tan one day. He didn't realize I was inviting myself to visit him, but I'm coming, baby. I'm a good time. I'm a good time. I'll be honest, I'm a good time. Anyways, let's get it started. We got a new Omega Seamaster 300 diver in orange. You got a little bit of orange accents on it. You guys know how I feel about Seamaster 300, so I'm gonna let Jay decimate this watch while I read the chat.
I mean, it's nothing. It's okay. I don't like the bracelet. That's about it. But
What about the strap?
what you already said, orange is like the best thing to see in the water or whatever. So it's like, just if you're ever worried about it being on your wrist, you can see that orange strap and rest assured it didn't leave anywhere. It's not the worst watch. Um, but it's like, is it wowing me? No. But it's not supposed to. It's a Seamaster, you know.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like it's a nice update. It's a gentle nudge. I do like having some colored accents. This definitely means that we're gonna see like 40 different variations of Seamasters with like different colored batons, and I don't know if I hate that. I feel like the Seamaster 300 line is the line where they can have some fun with. This is not gonna break the bank. I definitely don't want it on the mesh bracelet because I just, when I think Omega, I think Omega, I think, and a mesh bracelet, I think full prof, and I want that big beefy shark bracelet, and that's just not what I want to do with the Seamaster 300. But I think this is a fun update. I think in my head, like when you know when my the BTC I didn't buy hits the numbers it's supposed to hit in my imaginary collection world, I have like a Navitimer collection, but I also do think I could see myself being an old guy who collects Seamaster 300. Like I just go around IWJG and I just like glowball people all day, and it's like I'm gonna give you 1,500. It's 9 a.m. I'll see you at the end of the show. And at lunchtime, I check in with you. Did you sell it yet? All right, I'll see you at the end. And at the end, you know those guys. Yeah, and the end of the show is like, listen, are you gonna go home with this? Are you gonna go home with this, or are you gonna sell this inventory? I'm gonna be that guy. Bezos24 says, hi, consider talking about your working experience with 1916 Company. Would be fresh to listen. Let me know if you have any particular questions about my experience there, and I'd be happy to go into it. I feel like sometimes I talk about it too much, so I'm happy to go in any angle you want me to dive. Thumbs up or thumbs down? 6,500 on a rubber shop, 6,800 on a bracelet.
I mean, like, I'm not gonna give it a thumbs down, but it's nothing to write home about. Like, I'm not gonna talk to my mother about this later today.
I think if they put this on, they used to do a nice black rubberized leather, it was rubber but it looked leather with orange stitching. I love it. This is a thumbs up for me. I'm a Seamaster guy. Let's move on. I don't think it's anything wowing. And we got a new piece from one of my favorite brand, a new Parmigiani Tonda PF
It's pretty
sport
nice.
chronograph in rose gold. Now with no date. Are you a date guy? Do you need a date on your watch? I know this is already a chronograph, so for you it's like, I don't know, but what's your take on dates?
It's kind of funny that it's a chronograph without a date, even though I know that the complications don't really coincide. Um, I mean, look, it's a nice watch, you know. I do think that a chronograph without a date kind of feels weird, me personally. But like, if you're a chronograph guy, it's a nice watch. Just feel like it's weird. Like I'm gonna because I see the chronographs, I'm looking for like the date aperture somewhere. I was like, oh, where's the date? But beyond that, that's me nitpicking it. As a design, like this is one of the nicer watches for sure.
Okay, I'm messaging producer Vimal. By the way, producer Vimal already producer of the week because he checked on me all weekend long. So I'm just letting him know that we are live, baby.
Oh, there we go. Ramal said he didn't get his notification.
I literally just texted you. That's so funny. I literally just texted you, producer Vimal, because you're the best producer out there, and I was like, wait, we need Vimal in the chat. I'm a fan of this watch. We all know how I feel about Parmigiani. I'm interested to know the feel, the texture of the strap, but that's just my personal thing going on there. Where is the date normally on this watch? Is the better question.
Like, you're asking if they have a date only version?
Well, I know they have the chronograph with the date. I'm just trying to remember. Is it dead center at 6 o'clock?
Probably. Because aren't they like the golden ratio? Would they dare put it in between?
Oh no, it's in the weird spot. That's why.
Oh
Yes,
God.
there we go. It's in it's like a blemish. Oh wow, this is probably one of the worst dates I've ever seen. I'll be honest with you. I've never noticed that that's where it was. So then I really love this upgrade. We don't need a date on this particular watch. If this is the date, unless you're gonna give me the big date, which is on the previous version, I'm here for the big date.
I mean, or you could just figure out a way to make the date not look as shitty as it does in that one photo.
I have a feeling they constructed the movement and there's a reason why the date looks the way it is, and I think like I understand why they tried it. I'm one of those crazy guys who might have made this. Every picture was great until what is going on with this chrono? Like great picture, just a little too further away. Okay, picture, and then we just go into like I don't want to say what I was gonna say.
It's like they're trying to
Um,
re-engage you. Like they throw you off and they re-engage you. Vimal just asked, "Is there any reason the Metrograph trades cheap on the secondary?" And then he supplied a link. I'm not sure if it's of the same watch that he's asking about.
let's pop it up. Let's pop it up. But yeah, I think I like it without the date. I think all Parmigiani's. Oh, come on, Vimal. So Vimal is asking why the Metrograph trades at such a good price, and it's just not for everybody. It's a great watch. Like if you think about the insides of the quality and all that stuff. But we could look at this watch, and now I don't know if he was being in jest or not. 'Cause I personally like this watch. I probably would take it off of this bracelet, even though I think it's like the copper style bracelet. I think it does fit really good, but this particular dial with this bracelet
I don't
is
think the
not winning.
strap looks like this particular watch head does not look good on a strap. Like I just don't see how the strap would work on this watch.
I just think this dial, something about this dial is just
Oh.
is not doing it for me. Let me just
This is an interesting style of watch, and it's because Parmigiani
there we
does
go.
make some
There
nice
we go.
pieces, but like, is it the way that they shot that
That
particular one?
green, that green and that shot was just such a not like this is. There's a reason this is 5450. They don't know even how to photograph. Look, like this is a silver dial, and it looks like I could defend this watch at least, right? I just think it's not for everybody. But I think if you like funky watches, if you like a unique aesthetic, you could get a really cool piece and like the only reason Parmigiani isn't like leaps beyond where it is just it's a younger brand. It's a name that not everybody knows, but the quality, the finance, everything behind it is just really good. For 10 grand, I'd buy this all day. Of course, I'd probably make an offer of 85, maybe 8, see what happens. I'm a bad guy though. What's going on, Watch Addict? It's been a while. Yes, sorry about that. I had to take a little vacation home to see some family, but we are back, baby. Looking at Parmigianis. Thumbs up or thumbs down on this Parmigiani. It's a thumbs up for me, especially if I
Yeah,
get to wear it, see in the water.
it's good. I like it.
The Duke, Sir Duke of Rissington. All hail, Sir Duke of Rissington is in the chat. We have some representation from the monarchy, and he loves Parmigiani as well. Actually, I think, is it Prince Charles? I believe Prince Charles also wears a older Parmigiani piece. So it makes sense that you're also in there. What's the price on this? 53,100. I mean, I think we just created a villain.
Man, that was
Hey,
funny.
that's the price of a rose gold chronograph from an independent brand of the caliber of Parmigiani. That's just the retail price. Now, whether you pay that retail price or you reach out to somebody like CQ the Watch
How
Guy,
many
or
watches do they make a year?
I would doubt if they touch 5,000. I doubt there. I think I'm even.
I guess they're the one brand that's independent that's making something sub 80K. But like this watch, uh, that price,
Oh
I don't know.
gosh, it gave me the Parmesan cheese production.
Nonetheless, it's just I just feel like it feels overpriced, and
They
I don't know,
make
maybe
three
I'm wrong.
thousand to 5,000 a year, according
Okay.
to Google AI. So take that list with them. In 2021, they made 5,000.
Just feel a little too expensive. But I mean,
Would you like to? I do think okay, 53 one retail in an ideal world. In an ideal world, 53 one retail. In an ideal
what was the
world,
Blanc Pawn Rose Gold? What was the retail on that one again?
the 50 fathoms,
Yes, it
the
wasn't.
time only.
Yeah,
Let me pull it
I
up.
know it wasn't the chronographs, but it just goes back to like
Chat, what price would you pay for this watch retail, and what price would you pay for this watch on a
What's
secondary
what's the
market?
Sky Dweller rose gold blue dial?
Close to 50 now, I think. Let's see.
It's just like, do I buy the Sky Dweller rose gold? I know, not the same. It's not independent. It's not all that. Do
Well,
I
but
buy?
it's in the same category
What
though.
about a rose gold Daytona? You know, um, is it in the same realm? And then why wouldn't I go with the rose gold Daytona over this? And I know it sounds so, well, you just like Rolex, but it's just like this is what you're competing with in the end, like you got to really, really be into the sleek and stylish design of Parmigiani for you to say, I'm going to cough up 51,000 instead of getting a Daytona. So yeah, the green dial Daytona is 48.4. I mean,
So but also you also have to think you're
wait, wait,
getting.
wait. And you're getting a gold bracelet with the Daytona. If you
That's where I
get it
can't
on
fight
the
with
rubber
you.
strap, it's
That's where I can't fight with you.
37. So
But
it's it.
every argument I make is if you really care. Because every argument I make is gonna be like
But
the movement's better, the blah blah blah, the blah blah blah, the blah blah blah.
Scoop,
You know what I
Scoop.
mean?
If
So
you
it's like
put
if you don't care, it's
you put
hard.
that turquoise, the Pika blue, next to that.
Hey, the listen. But
No,
did
no,
I show
no.
you the
But
peekaboo
no, but hear
killer?
me out. You
Oh,
put Pika blue next to that Parmigiani, and I don't think anybody cares about all the extra things that go into what make the Parmigiani so spectacular. You're right that it has the golden ratios and then the dials texture, all that stuff. The bezel is fluted and it pops, and the but the Pika Blue, and I'm getting it at a fraction of the price. I'm getting it for like
well,
20.
well, no, 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 no. You're not getting a fraction of the price because you need a relationship. So, you
What do you
know,
mean? Okay, you're right. So what? Okay, so the Pika Blue. What are they?
okay. So let me ask you a question. In the previous, you know, I'm not even gonna say that. What do you think somebody would have to have in their lifetime spend with a Rolex AD or multi-brand AD to get a Peekaboo?
It's too much. Okay, so what's the? Okay, sorry. We're going on a tangent, but the question now becomes, what's the Pika Blue going on in the secondary market? Is it 80? Is it closer to 80 or something?
Okay, so that's a better question actually. That's actually a very
That's
good
the
question.
that's probably the question we need to have because you can definitely walk in and get that Parmigiani, in my opinion, at retail.
At a discount, right? For
The
sure.
discount. Okay, there you go. So then the Pika Blue, what is it? What is it? What do you?
Okay, we got a
Is it
buck
90?
30, buck 23.
Ooh. Okay, so then
Wait, let's see. I feel like there might be a low one somewhere.
we made the mistake of going. We made the mistake of going and looking at the retail price. I still stand by. I would take the black dial on a strap over the Parmigiani. The Pika Blue is a very special piece, 100%. So I guess that was the unfair thing for me to
But
say.
wait, let me show you this thing that I fell in love with. Um, I'm stealing this from the Tropical Patina Instagram. Look at this thing, bro. This thing, it's a Peekaboo, but with the I don't even know if this what is the material of the stone here.
I just wish that they didn't have the diamonds because the stone is beautiful, but the diamonds just detract from, in my opinion, what the stone of the dial is doing. And I get that you want to pair them because it just adds to the overall value, but I really want to like this watch, but the diamonds just really take away from it to me.
I don't think it's the best picture, but I'm telling you, I put this watch on, and like, you guys never hear from me again. Yeah, it's like that. Like as soon as it's like, I'm like I'm just on yachts all day. I love you guys, but I'm just like I'm on yachts. That's why I'll never get it because I love you guys so much. Like I won't get this watch, but like this is just like I'm just slanging so much yayo, bro.
A
I'm
lot
just
of
like
people are pretty much saying that like PF is underrated and that like, and I understand these things. I understand. I've been selling watches or I had sold watches for almost a decade, so I understand that PF as a brand is, leaps and bounds as far as what they're doing with the movement and the finishing. But in the end, for me, I have to look on my wrist and enjoy what I see. And I just don't think I'm gonna get that wearing the Parmigiani personally. And I completely understand. Tad made a great point. You go Parmigiani when you've already had several Daytonas. But I haven't had my first Daytona. Maybe that's why CQ, since you've already had yours, you can easily say, hey, I'm gonna go with the Parmigiani because no watches. So I digress.
Yeah, I just wish I do wish this was a little bit cheaper, but I do know that this if I was buying this watch, I'm either buying it on a secondary market or I'm looking for a little bit of an aggressive discount in 2025. So I'm thinking about that. But I think this is a cool piece. I'd probably get this in a different dial. I'm guessing this is the first of many different variations of dial colors without the date, and I definitely pick up one of them. But also, I could see somebody saying, "Hey, I just rather get a Daytona all day long." Now, Vimal says he would get this thing, this frosted royal oak with like the frosted dial. I forgot about this particular one over the Parmigiani. Vimal, I could see you rocking this, bro. I could see you having a good time with this.
I'm waiting for him to respond and tell me if he's
A
joking or not.
34 millimeter Vimal. I didn't know you.
He's joking.
I
He's
didn't know your game.
he's
I
joking.
was not familiar with. Nah, I don't think he is, man. I think you're right. You producer Ramal could wear what he wants, man.
Nah, 100%. Everybody can wear what they want in this chat. I'm not.
All right. So I'm thumbs up. Jay's thumbs down. I think the sideways thumbs from the chat on
No
the
need to
Parmigiani.
see them come in here and tell me he was serious about that watch. That that frosted watch, dude. When I don't like, I like AP a lot, and that shit pisses me off. I'm sorry. Oh, he was saying most women prefer the AP over the Parmigiani. This is not a men's watch. That makes sense. What's going on, USA
Is it not
Prime?
a men's watch? I should definitely read the
Well, didn't
article
he say
before.
it was smaller? He did mention women in his message, but he said it
No,
was
it's
smaller.
42 millimeter. What are you talking about, sir? This is 42 millimeters. You're
Oh.
making me, producer Ramal. I was about to give you like a
What's
lifetime
42? The
producership thing.
Parmigiani?
The Parmigiani is 42.
Okay. I think he was talking about the AP though.
Oh yes. Oh,
No, no,
I'm
I
sorry.
think that's
I had
where
a
the
lot of coffee
confusion was.
today. I love coffee today. I don't want to fight with my producer. You're the best producer ever. I'm sorry. I'm sorry we had
But
that
but
fight.
but I could say like I if you didn't tell me it was 42 millimeters, I would also think the Parmigiani has a feminine flair. Not saying a man couldn't wear it, but I could see, you know what I'm saying?
John D says, CQ the Watch Guy, tell me why you'd get the Daytona over the PF without saying a word about resale values. Tell me why a mass produced mid tier machine built Rolex wins over the PF.
I don't think he did. That was me, John D.
Yeah,
I was the one
exactly.
saying that.
But I could just tell you that, like, there's just something about it. Like, there's no logic. There's no real logical answer. You know what I mean? But I could tell you, even as a watch guy I am, if all things are equal, I rock the Peekaboo. You know what I mean?
Okay,
I
wait. So
take it's the
so wait a
sugar.
minute.
Like it's
Are
like
we agreeing that Pika Blue aesthetically is more appealing than the PF?
no,
Oh,
I can't say that. It's not just aesthetics, but there is the thing. There's a thing about it. There's a thing, and it's a
oh wait,
psychological
why wouldn't
thing.
it be
And
aesthetics? Because I think that we are in agreement that the Parmigiani um checks all the other boxes. Them doing different things, them innovative design, stuff like that. That's not coming through on the Daytona. The Daytona is purely the blue, the black, the gold, all of that coming together, and that's what's speaking to us, in my opinion, on the Pika Blue. What am I misunderstanding?
no, you're right. You're right. That it's also I enjoy turquoise. I enjoy yellow gold. I enjoy the oyster flex. And because I'm in the watch industry, that like there's several things that just make me really like this watch. But if I was, I think if I wasn't in the industry and I wasn't like, like in love with Platonas and things like that, I would, as a watch guy, if I was just a pure watch enthusiast, I'd definitely pick up the Parmigiani. But I don't think there's any wrong answer to that question, Johnny, which is why I defended it. But I'm the, because I can see both arguments. I can see myself waking up one day, it's summertime, I want to rock this peekaboo, and I can see myself, it's the fall. I want something a little bit. I'm going to all the watch events, and I want to rock the new Tana PF Sport. I can see both of these watches living in the same collection. I take the peekaboo. I'm sorry. It passed the South Beach test. I'm shallow. I'm shallow. All right, let's keep it moving. Let's look at the chat. What's up, USA Crime? Hope all is well. I hope things are good. Because I can never tell if you're actually doing crime. I don't know. I don't know what's going
No,
on.
he's just from Philly, bro.
Watch Addict says on intrinsic value, PF beats Rolex. The machine finish chrono, aka the Daytona, doesn't compare to the PF. Very, very true. My issue with the legacy from Diraj, my issue with the legacy of the brand equity, too much old stock in the market drags down current risk buyback by the brand needed. I think this is a very, very good point by Diraj. Now, what he's saying is that the issue that Parmigiani has, if you're looking at the marketplace, is there's a lot of old gen stuff out there. The new gen stuff, I like the old gen stuff too, but there's too much of the old gen stuff out there that are just like what Vimal produced, that are just really, really tough prices to look at. So you need to kind of clean up that market, and it takes capital, and they're kind of in different ownership things. Even though the Sandoz family said they're going to keep them, I think there's still restructuring that needs to go on. So nobody's going to sink a few million into buying some old pieces off the market. But that's what needs to be done, in my opinion. Let's see what other. You want to do IWC, Lee Snarden, or Carrie Vitulinen, or Blancpain? You choose out of the six. Either you or the chat. Let me see what else we got here. Oh, I think you're on mute, my friend. There you go.
Not the blast. Whatever you do, not the blast.
All right, whatever we do, not the blast. So we're gonna kick the blast.
I'm on mute because I'm really next to the lawnmower.
Yeah, for some reason, landscaping every day. All right, so we have the Elise Nardin Blast Freewheel Malacourt. New piece from Elise Nardin that Jay definitely doesn't want to talk about, so I'm probably gonna keep this one short. Before I give my opinion, I want to know what the chat thinks about this watch.
I mean, it looks like what, like, how do I say this in the nicest way possible? I now understand why Gruber Forzays are worth 200,000. Because this is like a wannabe Grubel that just doesn't have any of the appeal that the Grubel has. Because of, the lack of finishing, I suppose. But it's like kind of skeletonized. But then the case back is kind of closed. I'm confused. Where's the movement? The movement's all in the front, but then what's the case back about? Like, I'm just
Well,
no.
it's all about the front. It's all about exposing the movement, and in this one, the special escapement that they're using there.
I mean, if you're
Sapphire
into
case as
this
well.
type of steampunkish type of thing, I can see why some people would like this. If you just want to watch the sausage get made all day, then this is the watch for you. But it just lacks certain things to me that a typical watch would have. Like it just doesn't seem luxurious. How about that? Maybe that's what it is for me. It doesn't give me luxury when I look at it.
That's a good point, actually, because it's white. It's a white gold watch.
This is like gold. Oh,
Yeah, it's a white gold watch.
the
Of course,
color of the gold looks weird. Am I wrong in saying that? Is it the
well,
finish? Did they finish it?
I think they probably didn't do too much rhodium treating on it to give it a little bit more of a gray gold. It's also just a picture, so I think
But am I wrong in saying it almost looks like it's satin finished at some like why
oh
would
no,
you
for sure, for sure. It's satin
why
finish.
would you do that on white gold?
Okay, I think they wanted to use a precious metal, but they still wanted to have some type of a rugged feel. I think live pictures would probably do it better justice. I do think a rose gold one would be a little bit more interesting, at least on the eyes. I like that it's a sapphire case put in there, but again, like you alluded to, this is 126,600. I'd probably go Grubel all day,
You
right?
just pay the extra 60, even though nobody's paying this retail. Well, I shouldn't say nobody.
There's always
Most
one guy.
people, most people are not paying the full retail on this. Just find the 80 grand and get the ruble. Like Duke of Ristenson says it too. He says, looks like Google Forza rejected this design with an integrated strap. Like, it's just like, yeah, I mean,
I personally just wish UN would focus a little bit more on the lower end stuff. I understand they have so much amazing R&D and they do so many great things, but like, I really love when they do under 20,000. I think they do under 20,000 really well. It's just not something that they're looking at. I think this is amazing. There's great technology, blah blah blah. Aesthetically, this one isn't the best one. I'm sure they'll do a version with rose gold, black, or something like that I love. But again, it's just like a 126.6. I'm getting a Grubel all day. Even just a clean, simple Grubel. I think I go for. Let's go in the chat. I want to go to Vimal because me and Vimal are gonna have a little bit of a tussle here. I want to get off on Parmigiani, but he did say Parmigiani. Where is it? CQ, the Parmigiani design is not masculine. You can wear anything, but it's not for men. You think that? I don't think so. I think maybe it's not brutalist or super aggressive design, but I think it's a little bit far reaching to say that like a gentleman can't wear this watch proudly. Maybe he was talking about the other one. Clarify for that for me, Vimal. If you meant Parmigiani as a whole, or did you meant this particular Metrograph? And then we'll get back. Good afternoon, Johnny O. Good to see you. We're so glad to be back on. Thank you guys for jumping right back in with us. You guys are amazing. Do me a favor, upvote the stream, like, comment, subscribe, get in the chat. Let me get this Parmigiani off the screen. Let's go IWC. We got two new IWC Top Guns in some interesting colorway. IWC Top Gun pilots chronographs go sky blue with two new Miramar models in ceramic and steel. Actually, which one do you like better in this release?
uh, I want to say ceramic. They're both not bad. They're both nice. I want to see them in person or like maybe live images because it's hard to tell here. But I think the ceramic looks
Oh,
better.
I think monochrome might actually have live images.
Vimal said, "I am talking about the specific watch, the color and the strap." I think he was talking about the initial
Yeah, I'm
Parmigiani.
sorry. I'm a little spicy there, I'm sorry.
What's going on, Mr. Blackwell? I am the retired guy, Jay. If you're asking about my name, it's just Jay.
All right, here we go. So that looks to be a nice matte finish.
I
It's
think I
not
might go
sky blue.
steel. Yeah, I had a feeling it would look because it's like the Mojave Desert looks really nice because of the color.
Oh, we just lost you. What's going on, Mr. Blackwell? Salute. And I'll pull up the Miramar collection for you. So, 1 second, let me get Jay back in there. All right, let's give me a little second there. So see, the Miramar collection, I thought was a different color, or maybe I'm thinking about something else. I thought the Miramar was a different color. Yeah, I thought this was the Miramar. So this was a Miramar. Maybe they're using the Miramar on different colors. They should have called it like the Top Gun Pacific. The Miramar line is just a variation of their Top Gun pieces with different colors. I would have to do a little bit, but I know the Miramar to be like a blackened DLC case with kind of that brown, green, military color dial there. So these are a new variation of the Miramar, which is, they said sky blue, but this isn't sky blue. Taupe. I don't know what the color is. Oh wait, let me get your audio back in, brother. Where you are? I say something? Oh no, you're still not in there. Give Jay a second. Gen G, what's going on? Gen G says IWC just said F you, Jay. They did. They kind of muted him now. Oh yeah. Are you still not All right, so we'll give Jay a sec as IWC figured out. No, I'm not. I'm just doing. Hope everybody's having an amazing Tuesday out there. All we're missing is Julius Caesar. They call it the Miramar because the Miramar refers to the Marine Corps Air Station Miramar in San Diego, California, which was the original home of the Navy's Top Gun program. Ah, there you go. I love producer Ramal keeping us educated. I think I go steel case on this particular one. I do enjoy the blue. I think I would love this on a blue fabric versus the blue rubber. This ceramic is just a tad too translucent for me, if that makes sense. Like that on the watch, on the wrist is a beautiful watch. And the great part about this, I know both of these watches. Well, the ceramic one's gonna be a little pricey because it's ceramic, but I know the steel one isn't gonna knock me over. If they did this a little bit more, I don't know what they could have done because the ceramics. If you go that light blue, it's gonna have that kind of translucent effect. And John D comes in saying the Top Gun school is now moved to Nevada from San Diego. I wonder why they made that move. Let us know. Are you there with us, Jay? Or is it messing with you? All right, let's look at the prices of these puppies. Let's see what they got. And we have them at, let's see, the full ceramics limited to 1,000 pieces, comes in at 14,000 euro. And the stainless steel is maybe non-limited, coming in at 7,800 euro, which I think is a pretty decent price. I think if I got the ceramic one at a decent deal, I'd grab it. All right, let me get Jay back in now. Give me 1 second. Bada boom, bada boom. All right, we should see Jay popping back up. There you go.
Don't talk bad about IWC.
Oh wait, no, let me get that. Let me get that. All right, now you're good. I think these are winners, man.
Yeah, the steel one is the superior one, in my opinion. But yeah, winners.
I just want to go to the IWC website and see something real quick. All right, let's see it. Just take me straight to the watches. Now, out of all the ceramics, what do you think? Which color, not model, which color, which model do you go for their ceramic pieces?
Mojave, man. The brown is was the nicest one to me. The white is just not for me. Navy's okay. The new blue is just cool, but it's like somebody definitely paid them to do that specific blue. They were like, oh, like my son, he just loves this palette of blue. It would be interesting if you guys made this watch.
I think it's so hard to do ceramic that once you finally figure it out, you're just like, I want all the colors. I think, oh man, I think I like this. The Mojave's up there. The forest green is up there for me as well. But that deep blue is strong. I'm gonna get off this website because it's too resource intensive. All right, so I think we got a thumbs up on those IDBCs. Let's see what else we have. John, you say 12K. Oof, I agree. I think that is a little pricey, but I think on the secondary market, these will be pretty good pickups. Let's see. Vimal says, I'll be honest though, I'm not very happy with IWC hijacking the Top Gun brand, considering their association with the Luftwaffe during World War II. I did not know about. Oh, that's an interesting take, Vimal, because yeah, that is an interesting thing. I think for the Top Gun school part, they're just looking at the marketing aspect of it, and it's the same reason why they love the Top Gun movie, right? It just shows off. It's a big commercial for people who go in to the Air Force. But that's a great point, actually. I didn't think about that before. Fima always gives really good thought exercises in the chat. All right, let's look at this beautiful rose gold Octofinissimo perpetual calendar. I think these have been out for a little bit, but they just went hands on with it. So I love these. So I just wanted to pull it up. And I think the Finissimo is not talked about enough as being one of the newer, modern, iconic platforms in watchmaking. I think from bracelet to case, it just does what it needs you need it to do. I probably would wear every variation of this with something with that frosted gold. Something about the way they do gold, it makes it a bit more casual, if that makes sense. Like you
Frosted,
could
or would
wear
you say
this.
satin?
I would say
I
more
would
satin because frosted now we're thinking about the
would be
AP
like
where
the
they actually
AP
did
thing. Yeah.
the hammering. So this is more of a sand blasted satin finish, red gold, which I really enjoy. Chalk Flip said, I cannot recall ceramic colors such as these. Good to see a nice palette in ceramic, not just black or white. Yeah, quietly, IWC has been really doing a very great job of just focusing on refreshing their collections with different ceramic pieces and different models in general. Even for the F1 movie, they did some great models, and they're not hitting you over the head too much, right? With the full ceramic cases, they are hitting you over the head, but I like that they did a stainless steel using the new dial as well as a ceramic case. I thought that was a good touch. We also just got a new Bonpon 50 Fathoms to drop today. The Bonpon 50 Fathoms Tech 45 enters the permanent collection. So this is with the case designed for extremes and a dial that prioritizes legibility. New 50 Fathoms Tech line is as much a tool watch as an underwater and fun piece for the beach.
Uh, hmm.
I,
It
I dig the bezel. I dig what they're doing with the bezel here.
what's the major difference? Maybe I'm lost to it.
I think it's like a little bit of a refresh of the diver. I think that the tech side or some limited editions they did, I'm not sure if the movement is all that different, but I'm digging the bezel. I'm sure somebody. Let's see.
It's just the thing with
I rock
Blancpain
with this
is
bezel. I don't know what it is, but I like the way they're doing this bezel.
it just always comes down to price for me, and it's just like uh John D said, for the longest I've wanted a Blancpain in my collection, but I'm having a hard time finding one that speaks to me in such a way that it must come home with me, and it can't just be enjoyed in the wild. And like that's the thing. I've never seen a Blancpain that I'm like, I'm gonna be okay with having this watch for a long period of time. It's just they look nice. They are nice watches. Do I want to own one? I don't know. Like, is it okay for others to own it? Yes. But like, there's nothing about this. It's like you could get a sin kind of. Not the same. But I don't know. There's just something about it that just doesn't scream at me for the price that you're paying for it, even in the secondary market.
Yeah, Johnny, that's a great point because I'm thinking what would be a blanc that I would pull the trigger on, and I've appreciated many. I've sold a lot of Villa Rays. I'm sure you have as well on platforms. I sold a lot of Villa Rays that I didn't know about before selling them. That I really appreciated. And once in a while, Tim always shows you a cool piece. 50 fathoms, of course, looks fun on the wrist, but there was never one that I said like, ooh, I need to have, because there are, to me, there's so many other cool, like I'd go Brigade Marine before I go 50 fathoms, right? Because I guess I'm not that in love with the history of it. Like the history is dope, but it's not like, for me, there's nothing there that makes me jump in and have it. So I don't know. I don't know if there's a Blancpain that, wow, I never really thought about it, but there's not one. I appreciate all of them, and like even this, like I'm loving the bezel. It's a 45 millimeter grade 23 titanium, and it's their variation, kind of like a deep diver, a deep sea thing. That's what the tech is for. But I don't know. Now, John D, you're gonna make me think all night about a Blancpain. I would buy. I just want to check the price real quick. 19,000 Swiss franc here. In-house movement. Blah 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 blah. Chat, is there a Blancpain that you'd buy? Duraj says he likes the Blancpain. I think I definitely picked this up. This is something about this bezel and the knurling framed with the domed sapphire that they normally do. I really enjoy, and I think this is something on the secondary at the right price I pick up. In the same way that I pick up an Oceanographic 4000 right now. But yeah, I don't know. Now I'm trying to think about Blancpains that I really enjoy besides Villa Rays. You know, Tan has a 50 fathom rose gold. It's a nice watch. I agree the rose gold is beautiful as well.
And I'm
I
not
love this
taking
bezel.
anything away from the 50 fathoms. I'm just saying, like, for me personally, I just never saw one that like I was like, oh my God, I gotta have it. But I completely understand, especially gold. Like if I could afford gold, well then that would just change a lot of things for me. But the way my pockets are working right now, steel is a little bit closer to my face right.
So there's one watch that, if I'm thinking exists. Let me take my time. Like I feel like there's a third. I put too much fathoms. I'm thinking about the wrong watch. Um, we're gonna
What
do
watch are you
Blancpain show.
thinking
I feel like
about?
we. There's a certain 50 fathoms, but we don't have the time for me to go through all the 50 fathoms in my head. We're gonna do a Blancpain episode, maybe this week or next week, and we're gonna find Blancpains that we all love. I think that'd be really cool. This was a cool story I saw over in Fratello. So this guy, which Fratello found on Reddit, this guy very, friendly to his older neighbor, helping him do chores and things like that, got gifted Zenith Movement all gold Daytona from his neighbor, which looks in pretty good condition. I think that's pretty awesome. You know, there's still good neighbors out there. Be kind to that old grumpy guy on the block. He might have a Daytona there for you. You know what I mean? But I thought that was awesome. Cause this is like a dream watch of mine, a Sol Gold Zenith. And the condition on this is like, honestly, I probably wouldn't even get it polished. I don't think this is the same one. But like, that's pretty cool. So I just wanted to share that positivity. That
Oh, yeah. It's always good to have a little.
yeah, it's nice. Vimal says we'll find out someday if he helped his neighbor dig a hole in the backyard. Come on, Vimal. We don't. I did too think that. Wow, he must have really. He definitely helped him. Like he probably had. Imagine like if you had like your money stash hidden, but you got too old to dig it up, and you're like, like, hey neighbor, come on, just help me dig up this a time capsule. I put this time capsule here when I was a kid. Help me dig it up, And it's like you just he just helped you dig up like 5 million in cash that you put the cornstarch on and did it the right way so it doesn't deteriorate. I don't know why I know that, and then of course you give him the gold Daytona. I would if that was the situation. But even if if it ain't going to anybody who's gonna love you, give it to somebody like this who at least liked you enough and took their time with Spencer. I love the story, whether or not mischievous things were done. Oh man. Vimal says the neighbor's wife is on a lifetime cruise and never seen. No, Vimal, we're not gonna think that way. We're not gonna think that way at all. Johnny said, I Vimal, I grabbed a Blancpain 55, but they seem to avoid 40 millimeter cases and are rather thick. When they solve those, I'm a buyer. One day, one day. All right, let's see. What else do we have to wind us down? Are there any other new launches? I felt like we got a new Oris 65 diver. Actually, these new Rado Captain Cook 39 millimeters. You have some new dial variations, and these actually piqued my interest. I enjoy the Rado Captain Cook line. Rado holds a special place in my heart, just from all of the crazy ceramic watches they've done and you could always count on a Rado sale to like pad the commission. Let's just say that. I don't know where you just. The most annoying part was trying to size the ceramic links, but you could always count on a good Rado sale. But this Captain Cook in particular, with that blue fume and the purple, I really enjoy. I think that's something that I pick up. I, this one, not for me, but I could see. What do you think? Are you a Captain Cook person?
I mean, like it's cool. Don't see like these type of colors on a watch that has a bezel typically, you know. But once again, not writing home to my mother about any of these watches. I'd write
So
home
no.
about a 50 fathoms before these, and I know different price tiers completely.
Yeah, I feel with the 50 fathoms, it only becomes a debate because the price of watches today is the only reason that any negative heat. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of these. Let's see what's the price on these.
They
Twenty
gotta
two
be,
hundred Swiss franc. Look
yeah.
at that. That's not bad at all.
How big are they? 40,
I think
39.
39, 39, 39, 12 millimeters thick. Those are solid watches. I suggest those. All right. Will we finish out with the Oris, or do we talk about?
Mal sent you a link in the chat.
Let's see if I can sell you a Chopard Alpine. Let's see. I feel this is inspired by Cartier. Bagunar. Yeah, so I saw these. I think the wrist check pod guys were talking about these. I think somebody said when I'll be on the chat, I gotta get to New York. I need to get to New York for a good week, and then I'll pop in on those guys. But being in Central Florida does have that one thing. So these I saw because of the wrist check pod guys, and I think this one's cool. What's the price? Before we judge, we must know what eyes we're judging with. They look beautiful, but I just price precio $8.99, $8.99 pre-order, $9.99 regular price. I think these are cool.
890, like 899.
$899 if you pre-order, and $999 if you wait. If you don't buy now, I can't include the free shipping for it. This is beautiful. I love this red into that orange, almost yellow. Just it reminds you of
What's
a deep sunset.
That's not bad at all. What's the size? Like I'm trying to gauge.
Uh, that I don't know. This looks like
Because
a
Tad
gentleman.
asked like men's watch, and I'm like, I'm trying to figure out like, is it a 40 something, but it's
So
oval?
it's 34 by 40.
A 30.
It's a men's watch, but it's a smaller men's
It's gonna
watch.
come across as small, you know. Like for you, I don't think you'd be able to wear this. Like I don't, or like you would be, but I feel like your comfort level, just because like you like a larger watch, it just would be a little bit.
Yeah, I think if I wore it, I'd wear it as like a talking point type situation, a conversation starter.
It it
Just with my
reminds
particular
me,
wrist size.
and like, forgive me if this is politically incorrect, but it gives me like a bolo tie vibes. Like, you know,
Ooh.
you know what I'm trying to say? Where it's like, look, I'm not wearing a tie today. I'm wearing a bolo tie. It's like I'm not wearing my typical watch. I'm wearing a bolo watch. I don't know. It's just interesting.
Now you guys always say things that made me reconsider my
What,
initial
CQ's
thoughts.
last comment? I mean, Ramon's last comment.
Uh, see, no, I couldn't, bro. You don't even you don't even know, but I
It's
couldn't.
not stuck.
Like, hey, you think it's like a good problem, but like, anyways, I can't. We have 18 people. I'm not letting you do that. You see, he's like the best producer, but he's also that producer. Anyways, yeah, I don't, because I have a feeling this guy's wrist isn't much bigger than Tim Marshall's wrist, so which means my wrist would be like it would be a little too small. But I enjoy what they're doing here for the price point. I enjoy it. John D says, "Oh, wow, it's definitely Cartier Bag Noir looking. Good call. Would you buy this for your ladies?"
I think it's a little too big for a lady, no?
No, no.
Mm.
Then who's it for?
A very specific type of man. Because I don't
Mm.
think that this looks like this. That the size that they're going with is very niche. You know what I'm saying? And like, I don't think it's as feminine as you think it is.
Oh wow, great call by Vimal. Jokes aside, this is the Timothy Chalamet effect on watches. Everything is going small. I've been warning you guys. You guys been telling me I'm crazy. You guys been telling me I talk about big watches too much and talk about wrist size too much. But this is the shalamification, the shalamification of the industry. But yeah, where this is, it should have been a little bit bigger, just a wee tad bit bigger. I don't know if they didn't want to do that because of the movement. They wanted the movement to really fill it out. I do think Tan has a good point regarding the strap doesn't match the case. What would you suggest, Tan, on the strap? Like, do you not like how it attaches, or do you think it should have been just a different type of strap? I think on
Is it the lack of lugs? Like if it had lugs or like wire lugs or something, would that add to it? It probably would make the case feel bigger. The fact that the it straps into the case kind of takes away from the size of the watch. Where I guess that's what we're going for, like what Vimal's saying, like they were going for a more sleek, and that's why you're hiding the strap inside of the case. But if it had lugs, it might have made the watch just feel a little bit more. Because Gerard is right. There are men out there who are going to wear this type of watch, but I
yeah.
think that the lack of lugs, or like what you're saying here with the strap, it it shaves off another 20% of the men who might have wore it, in my opinion.
I do think wire lugs would have been
The
it
wire
will help
lugs would have
extend it.
helped.
Would have
Yeah.
helped. But I like that these exist, especially at this price point. I love that you're getting some really cool, unique designs, unique colorways. It's an Edo movement, so so I feel like the value's there. Somebody's gonna tell me that I'm crazy, right? I feel like the value isn't there. It's just more like if you aesthetically can pull it off or not. But I can see a lot of people buying these, getting some funky straps with them, and have. I do agree with Tan. Like he said that comment, and now it's like the dials look so good that straight black. And they did that because like if they did anything else, the price would have been went over $1,000 for sure. But then invest another couple $100 in a good strap, and I think this watch will punch. If you can pull it off, if you're somebody who can style things the right way and like can pull it off with the right strap, I think this watch can punch the weight of a up to a $5,000 watch if you style it the right way, or more. I think it should be cool. All right, last topic of the day. I think we'll do those Chopard Alpine Eagles unless somebody has a suggestion. We got the bold summer tones of the Chopard Alpine Eagle 41 millimeters. So I thought these were smaller. Beach editions. Oh yeah, I should have had these this weekend.
I just don't know what that guilloche, what that style, the texture. I don't like that texture that they use, and they've
Yeah,
been doing that shit, and I don't like what is it supposed to be? Sunburst? Like it just doesn't come across as
it's like an engraved sunburst. And certain pictures you could really, in person, it looks really good, but in certain pictures, it doesn't show off
it
the
just
best. Like I
does
think they
not
put some
look.
Photoshop on this
It
that's not
looks
doing it
fake,
justice.
you know, and like the mall says here, he doesn't like the dial pattern. And there's something about it though, like when you look at
Oh,
certain
Vimal,
dials,
don't.
well, I don't know what he's talking about as far as that's concerned. But I will say that, you know, like when you look at the Fume dials, and it's almost like, oh, like it's doing tricks on your eyes. Nothing about this does like I'm just like looking at it, I'm just like, what the fuck do you want me to get out of this? Like, what is the information that I'm supposed to take from your engraving? Like, there's nothing about it that looks good. Like, it takes away. If it was a solid color, the watch would look better, in my opinion. I just put it that way.
13,400 euros on the shop. You can get with the metal bracelet for 15,900
Not
euros.
terrible pricing, but just
I just feel like these should have been smaller size, just so it could fit more of the ladies' audience. Not to say
well,
there aren't ladies that wear 41 millimeter, but
I think they were trying to get men to wear this shit, and that's like they there was a miss. There's so many things are being missed on this. I just don't know. Like I need to talk to whoever decided that this was a good design for a dog because it
what's going
just
on? Oh, sorry to interrupt you.
no,
What's
no,
going on, Pack? Hey, CQ and J. Just wanted to say I've been watching and keeping up when I can. Work's been full on as we push through the end of the fiscal year, but I always appreciate the insight and info coming. Pack and everyone who's watching but can't chat. Always appreciate you guys. Do me a favor and give me a upvote. That's all we ask. If you can, if not, just keep it on. Do your work. Keep it on, but also put it on all the screens you can. Just we gotta bot this thing up as much as we can. But thank you guys so much for showing up. I know we've been gone for a while, and you guys are amazing. We got 20 people in the room right here. I'm sorry, Jay. Please go on with your love of the
no.
Alpine Eagle. No, you were saying
Well,
that you love
look,
it.
I don't have any issue with the Alpine Eagle. I'm saying that this particular watch dial, like it's just like the dial is just very off-putting to me. That's all I can say.
I just want to see. Let's go to the Chopard website and let's just do a little bit of. Because I feel like there's a bunch of Alpine Eagles that I like, but these just and the pricing, like Vimal said, is just a little rich. All right, let's see if we can go to their website without breaking everything.
It's also like reading the write-up. The first evokes the azure waters lapping the southern slopes of the no, no, it doesn't. No, it fucking doesn't. No, you're lying in your description, your chat GPT description of the watch.
Yeah, pretty much. It's just all press speak. Durad says same group that gave us Bertune for non Bertune disappointed. It's interesting because he's very Chapard, like
Wait,
the
is that what it's supposed to
family.
be? The eagle eye? Like that's what they're trying to. That is like, is that what I'm supposed to be seeing with the design? Is like the eye of the eagle?
Oh, I get it. I think it's $13,100 for the beach editions on the straps. We'll see. Like I'd rock this platinum one, this XVCS platinum.
Tan also likes the platinum one.
I think the deep blue wouldn't be a bad watch. Sorry guys, my internet's.
So Tan did confirm, yes, the dial is the eagle eye. I think that that pattern can work in certain situations, like the one that they're displaying in the video. Darker colors, like it kind of shines a little bit brighter, or like it comes across better. The purple and pink eagle eye just like literal vomit just for me.
Vimal says, Siki, the pricing is high but tolerable for given their audience. But the case size makes no sense, especially for the color and design. I agree. This to me is positioned more as a summer watch, ladies watch, or unisex watch, which to me is a 36, 37, 38 millimeter type situation, especially like on those straps. It's very feminine. And of course, ladies do wear bigger watches, but at the end of the day, you want to sell watches to as many people as who can buy them, right? So I think if a gentleman who really loved those colors, they would have dipped down to the 30s to jam that watch and put it with some sick pink Air Force or something like that. But 41 millimeters, I just think is big, and they do smaller ones. So like that they do the 33s and things like that. Like I'd even rock this flying tourbillon. I think they do cool stuff. I think they're reaching a little bit right now. I didn't know they did these chronos, to be honest with you. We're seeing a lot of things together, friends. We just gotta bust down. There you go. Get that rainbow bust down.
Oh my God, dude. They, them and Zenith need to be sat down. And it's like,
Well, no, Shabard has a right to do because they're more of a jewelry brand. But I would love to know why
I
they.
mean, there's like 35 different iterations of the same watch here. Um, I- okay, yeah, you're right.
Tan says this is one of the best bracelets on the market. So comfy. I would agree. The bracelet's really, really nice. The overall architecture is super, super good. They use ethical metals as well. This one's pretty cool. White, ethical white gold, save rights, and white sapphires. Would have loved if they were back at diamonds, but I understand why not. I want to see which black one there's he's saying. Naveen says, guys, I bought a Tissot PRX 80 instead of wasting too much on Omega or Grand Seiko. Congrats, Naveen, and welcome back to the chat. Which color Tissot PRX? Welcome to the PRX club, brother. I feel like we helped them made that decision. That's awesome. That's our baby, Naveen. That's all of our baby. You can't sell it now without telling the chat. We're invested now in your watch. Which is the black one? The black chrono?
I think he's talking about the one that they're featuring in the video, that one. Or the one that was at the top next to.
This piece. This is pretty sick. Alpine Eagle 41 SL ceramicized titanium. This is pretty dope. I wouldn't go to full 26.2 for it, but I would definitely rock this. I want to see the watch, not the straps. Come on. I do that all day. All right, guys. It has been an amazing, amazing pleasure to
Jamal, I
speak.
got one question for you. He said, if you had to bet on a brand coming out, sorry, if you had to bet on a brand for this coming decade, would it be Patek or AP? No, I guess it's Patek, right? Just you
So
just
I'm gonna just yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
no, I was just saying AP's losing ground. Like at least hasn't lost ground, you know. They got the Cubist. Like when's the last time the AP dropped a successful new watch? Because the what was the Code 11 is not that successful, you know. So I definitely agree. Oh, not agree. I definitely think it's probably Paddock just because they do a little bit more thinking, in my opinion, when they drop new stuff and they don't make missteps as often as other brands, is what I would say. What about you, Sequan?
So oh, I'm sorry. I'm doing two things at once. So I would say, and I just wanted to see all the Audemars Piguet releases, but I would say that AP right now to me is in such shaky waters. I just think the overall impression from the brand is not what I would want the brand to be if I was in a leadership position there. Go over to Watch Collecting Lifestyle and read this article where he talks about Ginny Wright, who's a North American president leaving AP. and it's Growing Pains, Strategic Reset. Halim Trujillo, who writes this magazine, write this online magazine, great website. He is an AP lover, a real hardcore old school AP guy, and to see how he has shifted his thoughts on AP over the years, and like seeing this article which really explains so much of the things. And one of the biggest issues with AP is just the organization itself, and the operational side, which a lot of people aren't thinking about. So Jenny Wright is leaving, right? So why is this so important? Jenny Wright, who came from, I think, the cosmetic space, and he makes some really great insights as why a lot of people from the cosmetic space and of Italian origin are hired. Just very interesting article. I want to go into that. But anyways, so Jeannie Wright is based in North Carolina. She's from North Carolina. She moves on a RPGA, or they're in the process of moving their operations from Clearwater, Florida to North Carolina. They've been in Clearwater for many, many, many years. A lot of people work there. A lot of people are not leaving Clearwater, Florida to go to North Carolina because it's Clearwater, Florida, and people, they are where they are. And a lot of people operationally, watchmakers, service people, technicians who can get jobs really, really anywhere. So what's happening is, as you read this article, he explains is the service times, the service issues that you're finding from the brand are just like crazy right now because they're doing all these things in the back scene, they're doing all these moving arounds. So on the operations side, I think they're on a shaky footing. They got to figure things out. And I think on a commercial side, maybe they are in a place that they want to be, but I don't talk to anybody who's head over heels in love with how they're being treated by AP. I know a lot of people who love the brand and love the models that come out, but if they're not already in that very higher upper echelon of being able to get whatever they desire, they're not having a good experience. If there's somebody who just wants to start the journey, it's like it's just not good. Do you go to an AP house? Do you go to a boutique? There's just so many different things there that I see them struggling. When we look at Paddock, it's just chugging along, man. It's chugging along. You look at Paddock, they're still chugging along. They're still doing all the things they've always been able to do. Everybody's like, oh man, all these watches are going under retail. They used to go under retail all the time before. The only ones that really went over retail were the highly complicated pieces, which are now also going under retail, which people wouldn't like, but it is what it is. The market's in a weird place right now. We had such a crazy peak during the COVID market that you really, everything is kind of how you'd expect it to be. But the future, the longevity, what I see the Stern family doing, they're just in a different place, in my opinion. I can see Paddock being a brand where if I was collecting it 15 years ago, maybe I don't like everything that's going on, but I still feel confident that my money was spent in a really good place, and that the brand is going to be a brand that I want to associate myself with. I think we've already seen, or I personally know so many AP collectors who are not interested in any means by going, by purchasing Audemars Piguet directly from the dealer. I know a lot of people who buy vintage pieces, near vintage pieces, things like that. But I think Paddock over the next decade for sure has a much more stable future, and I don't really see what can they do wrong. They did a Cubitus. That would have been a thing that people would have cried about, and like, okay, it's over. It's done with. So yeah, that's my my thoughts there. But I'm a Paddock guy as well. But if this was the OC chat, Boston collector being here, telling me how wrong I am. But I think even for somebody like him, it's still very, very hard to like say, hey, this is a brand that I confidently can say for the next decade is gonna stay in its current standing and also project to go higher. I just don't know if you could say that. All right, last few comments here. Julius Caesar, hail Caesar. What's up, gents? I missed the live because of a group lunch. That's okay. Your excuse, Caesar. We did have some monarchy representation, so that's all right. We'll catch y'all next time. We'll catch you next time as well. Julius Deraj says AP could bust out the RO corner with John Schaffer revival. Fantastic collection. I'm gonna look that up. Pac L just says Paddock or AP. I love both, friends. I love both, friends, but I've got to disagree with you on this one. Jay, I think the Code 1159 is an awesome watch. The remastered is definitely something to admire, but I still think the Code 1159 is an AP might have to AP might have the edge here. It's close neck and neck, but AP pulls ahead for me. It could be. It could be. I think for AP, it's super easy to fix all the issues that I have with them and a lot of people have. It's super easy in the things you need to do. What's the difficult part? It takes time and it takes effort to get things. It's just improve your customer experience, improve the timeline. Not a timeline, but the expectations, the communication, all that things. You need to improve the timeline on your servicing in terms of expectations and let people know what's going on and being a little bit more transparent. Because I think one thing a lot of brands are doing is they're letting people send in watches, they give them an estimate, and they just keep moving the estimate instead of saying like, hey, it's gonna take. What they should do is have you hold your watch until it's truly a good time for you to send it in. You send it in to keep a nice tight window. But yeah, but let's see what the decade has to unfold. Anyway, actually, let me just pull up that AP that Raj is talking about, and then we'll end the day. You guys have been amazing. This has been an amazing first show back. Tomorrow is gonna be Watch Advice Wednesday. We're gonna give watch advice to people on Instagram and YouTube. So come up with any common watch advice questions you might want us to answer, or you think we should tell people about, or advice that you give to new watch newbies around you. All right, the John Schaefer Audemars Piguet. Oh yes. I love Diraj, man. Diraj always just like pulls a gem that you're not thinking about. And so I think the John Schaefer edition was a couple different models. Let's look at this one. But I just love this case style. Look at this, 10450. How small is this? Itty bitty? 35 by 42. That's not too terrible for 10450. You know, classic style. I love the brigade numerals here. And like, I agree. For me, I don't understand why AP doesn't bring back the Jules Audemars line, the Edo Piguet line in very limited batches. It doesn't need to be big productions, right? It's under the remastered collection, but there's so many great models. Look at this Star Wheel here under the John Schaefer collection. So I believe the John Schaefer is just that cushion case line. But I think these would sell amazingly. I think these are watches, they don't have to put the most advanced movements in the world in them, even though they will. But I think there's some really cool pieces out there that nobody talks about. There's some great people like Diraj and vintage lovers. But this, I'd buy this watch today, all day. And to me, this is something I've said for a long time. I just don't understand. I understand they have the Code 1159 and that's doing well, but I think Patek still delves in their history while giving you modern, new, fresh things. And I think for a long time, AP did that as well. You could say in the past decade, right, that it really shifted fully away from everything else, and we're only about Royal Oak editions and the Code 1159. So I think that's part of my issue with them. But there's a lot of people out there who buy a lot of watches. So let's see what happens. But thank you, Diraj, because these are pretty cool. Like even this is like, I just enjoy really cool case shapes, and there's so many fun watches like these. And now these are like, you can steal these watches because nobody's thinking about them. AP itself, like, you won't find these watches on the AP website. And something that's what irritates me, is that you have this great legacy. You're gonna sell things on your legacy. You're gonna sell watches based on the brand being over 100 or something years old. But you don't even have a nice little. Maybe they do. Maybe I haven't found it. But it's nice, not little historical catalog of show me all the watches that existed. Because I don't know, they're just really cool pieces that I think you could make modern versions of these, and all the complaints that most people have about AP would get quieted a little bit. But that's just me, and I like the grandpa watches. So what can I say? Anyways, guys, you have been amazing. This has been a really great Tuesday back. You guys are awesome. Tomorrow we're doing Watch Advice Wednesdays, so load up your questions. Shout out to everybody in the chat: Vimal, producer Vimal, producer Diraj, Tan, Julius Caesar, Pac Eldridge, Naveen. Congrats on your PRX, John D. Gen G even popped in. Watch Crime, the Duke of Rissington. Johnny O was even in there. USA Crime. I think the only Bezos 24. Von Crew we didn't see, but SE and Thomas Burnett started off the show, and of course Goldfinger, my island brother, is in there as well. You guys are amazing. I want you guys to have an amazing week. We're gonna see you guys tomorrow. Do me a favor, if you need independent watch advice, check out CQTheWatchGuy.com. Jay, what do you have to tell the people?
Even big brands are afraid to fail, and that's probably why AP just does their Royal Oaks and just makes them ceramic because they just know that's what people are gonna buy. Why risk something when they're boutique only anyways? They should have never done that. But that's all I got to say. Till next time.
That's actually a great thought. We're gonna pick that up. I'm gonna write that down because Kanye B's already. I think many of these brands, these large brands, they are just afraid of failure, and I think it's a cycle that happens where all the brands are afraid, so it gets vanilla, and then you get somebody like a Mosier, somebody comes in very avant-garde out there and shake things up. But anyways, guys, you are amazing. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Do us a favor, upvote, like, comment, subscribe, do all the things, and we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great one.
Peace.